The iconic sitcom The Big Bang Theory, spanning over 12 seasons and having a total of 279 episodes, has made quite a name for itself in the world of television. It's no lie that the show is a fan favorite, but even the most observant of fans have surely missed some of the details that the showrunners intentionally sprinkled in the series. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Big Bang Theory details you never knew. Number 5. Always wearing the same clothes. One thing that slid under the radar of many viewers was that all the nerds who were in the show always dressed more or less the same way every episode. Sure, it's pretty typical of shows to have their characters dress in similar ways every time they have them in a scene, but the Big Bang Theory makes it a point to do just that. Like Sheldon always wears a tee over a full-sleeve shirt. Raj is always seen wearing a collared shirt under a sweater, while Leonard seems to love his hoodies. On the other hand, Amy wears a sweater and a skirt, while Howard has a thing for putting on turtlenecks or dickies under his shirts. This was pretty much done to create some sort of cartoonish effect, as wearing the same thing on every episode is something that you would expect a cartoon character to do. Or maybe, just maybe, this was nothing but the department responsible for the character's wardrobe slacking off, but that's unlikely. Number 4. The color of Sheldon's shirts. For those of you who don't know, the color of Sheldon's shirts correlate to his mood. While it's true that Sheldon is fond of wearing shirts which have a darker tone as well as a sci-fi logo in the middle, with the most common one being red-colored, he also wears shirts that are sometimes blue, yellow, green, and orange. Sure, it makes sense for someone like Sheldon to have such a simple sense of fashion, but the thing is, the colors of the shirts, as we already said, represent his mood. For instance, the color red is anger, yellow is fear, blue is hope, green is courage. This is also something in the Green Lantern comics that Sheldon is a big fan of. Like, Sheldon usually wears red because he's pissed that he has to deal with people who are not as smart as him. In short, if the viewers know this detail about the show, then they can tell what's on Sheldon's mind judging by the color of his shirt. Number 3. The deal with the number 73. Sheldon is a pretty odd individual to say the least, surprise, surprise. With his odd personality come his strange fixations, one of which is the number 73. In one episode, he gave a whole monologue about why he thinks the number is the best number ever, even though it may seem like something random to most. But according to Sheldon, 73 is a prime number, and its inverse is also a prime number. He even delved into some other sciencey stuff, which if we tried to explain right now, would probably go over your head. Another reason why Sheldon is so infatuated with the number is that the actor who plays him was also born in 73. As strange as this may sound, it looks like Sheldon is so intelligent that his brain can't even penetrate the fabric between reality and drama. Before we continue, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying it. Also, press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Now let's get back to what we were talking about. Number 2. Yin and Yang. During the first season of The Big Bang Theory, the plot was pretty much about the relationship between Leonard and Penny. Mind you, they were total opposites of one another, with Penny being a diva and Leonard being, well, a nerd. Leonard was introverted and nerdy, while Penny was like, always the center of attention wherever she went. Leonard wore glasses, Penny didn't. Leonard dressed quite basically, while Penny had a flamboyant sense of fashion. What we're trying to say is that the show tried to portray Leonard and Penny as yin and yang, the polar opposites of one another. And with that, the two of them have quite a strong relationship. They get along nicely. We're guessing what the showrunners wanted to show here was that opposites attract, and that they did. Number 1. Wil Wheaton's apartment number. The American actor Wil Wheaton is a regular on the show, in which he basically plays himself. In the show, he encounters Sheldon a bunch of times, who at first looks up to them, but you know, as they say, never meet your idols. Sheldon soon starts to despise him. Will, in one episode, acts mean to Amy, which prompts a drunk Sheldon to show up at his doorstep to throw hands. One thing that stood out in that scene, other than a wasted Sheldon, was Will's apartment number, which was 1701. This was a reference to Will's role as the Ensign Crusher on Star Trek. Another example of a house number that stood out was Amy's, the house number of whom was the value of pi. With this, we come to the end of our video. Here were some of the details from The Big Bang Theory that you most probably didn't catch on first seeing them.